2 in their last 17 series. I mean, these guys are the best team in the scene, and they're doing it in a different way right now. So 100 Thieves has a lot of work cut out for them on this map, and they've actually opted to start on attack.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a hard start for 100 Thieves. A quick statistic for you guys out there. Split's only been played 3 times by 100 Thieves officially in the last 3 months, and they've lost every single one. They're on a 0% win rate on this map, and their worst half is the attacking half, which is where we start off. So we're going to have to see something special, something different from 100 Thieves here to open things up against TSM, Sean.
And it looks like they're grouping towards A here early with 2 duelists. The Omen sitting there. Are they going to flash the ramps early for some kind of quick play? They're just feeling out TSM early round right now. Both teams unsure what the other is doing. You can see 100 Thieves getting some mid-pressure going.
TSM looking to go for that burst there. They will actually trade 1 for 1, which isn't too bad actually, all things considered. They got some information as well. And we can see on the mini-map right now, 100 Thieves are pushing that bomb up towards that A site, possibly up the A ramp. There's a defense from hazed. He'll slow things down to prevent this attack from coming in, but Asuna, we know how deadly he is on the front lines, on that Reyna, looking to find a headshot or 2, as Dicey's there to assist as well. The duelist, the chemistry between these players is definitely something quite special, but Subroza from up top is going to be able to take him down. It's looking very difficult indeed to get that spike planted. It's now lost at the back of the site. Everything rests on Nitro's shoulders in the 1 versus 3. The Ghost is definitely the weapon of choice for Nitro, but not much health to work with. He does have the teleport, he has Paranoia as well, so there's some tools available to him, but you can see that TSM, they are well set up for this. They are going to make his life impossible.
30 seconds left.
This looks super difficult for Nitro, and there's the dark cover coming towards heaven. He never saw Wardell coming on the rafters. An easy first round for TSM, and Subroza picking up right where he left off in the semifinals, coming into that pistol round. The rope frag to start it off in the grand finals. I can't even believe it. But something to look out for, Dan, is throughout this playoff bracket, 100 Thieves, 116 rounds played. TSM, only 70. They have blown out their opposition. No one has gotten more than 7 rounds on a single map. There's not much footage. But there is footage of Subroza doing stuff like this, getting very aggressive early in B main.
I'm liking the Bucky from Dicey. I'm definitely a Bucky fan. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can pull out of the bag with that one, but there is the retake of the B main position, so I'm liking this from TSM, not really allowing 100 Thieves to have control there, and they are working for that B heaven control. They want to push onto the B site, so holding onto B main is very important for TSM. They're going to be getting multiple kills here in this defensive effort, so it's looking really good. They read this so well. They slowed down 100 Thieves and didn't allow 100 Thieves to really play their game in this round, but there is a spike to be planted and still more damage to be done. But in comes Drone, and it's all on Nitro again with the Sheriff. To find a headshot, but he won't be able to do that, and the spike defuse will come in. So, I mean, that was a dangerous looking round. I'm definitely impressed by 100 Thieves, but it was a good response from TSM too to slow them down.
Yeah, not only were we spectating Dicey, but things started to look a little dicey for TSM. Wardell was reeling into the defender's spawn area outside B, and it looked like they had lost the site. But because of that B main control and just the way they pinched 100 Thieves on the site, they made the retake look so effortless. And that was actually quite a big investment coming from 100 Thieves that round. So this round, again, another strange save coming in from 100 Thieves. TSM is starting this match exactly how they were hoping to.
Yeah, you're totally right. It's looking very comfortable. We might see this mid-aggression again. They obviously have the dash available for Wardell. They understand, though, 100 Thieves, they understand what this play means, that Wardell might be lurking in the outer edges of that dark cover. And the punch comes through.
He's going into the B side. He's found a kill at Heaven.
Yeah, that's
and now
huge.
the pinch is happening.
It's going to create a lot of chaos here. You can see the B Heaven defense is starting to be very, very troubling here. Subroza needs to win these fights, and he will. He'll get the double, holds onto the B Heaven control, which allows his team to find position for the retake, and even getting the paint bombs again. That's beautiful. That's going to delay this plant from happening, and now they need to find a way to try to do that. But Subroza's trying to deny absolutely everything. This is ruthless from TSM. They could have tried to force the plant there, but they go in for the kills.
Yeah, the harassment on that spike plant in the B site is something to just witness. Every time I watch TSM play Split, they know the hot hands lineup for that default plant. They know the paint shells lineup for that default plant. They're aftershocking it from spawn. It's so difficult to get the spike down in that B site playing this team. And that's the beauty of having this no Sentinel comp. So many people to deny that spike going down.
Yeah, there's a good catch there on the lurk from Steel. That's something that we're going to have to keep an eye out for. TSM are going to have to keep an eye out for that because that's something that he's very dangerous with. And once again, we're seeing this trend of this B main pressure coming through again from 100 Thieves. They're really trying to condition TSM to expect this at this early timing of the round and to use their utility, as we're seeing here, to try to punish 100 Thieves. But looks like Steel won't be denied the lockdown, and now he's got that lockdown. That's ready to go. What are the options now as we come into the reset from 100 Thieves, Sean?
I mean, that is a huge win. Getting that lockdown enables you to cleanly take either site with Killjoy. And you can see now they're going to group up to A, and I'm sure they're going to get it down right outside of A main. You know, this Phoenix is going to have a long path to run. Drone is going to be nested in the site. Cutler protecting him there from elbow. He does have the triple flashes there on Breach. His fault line has charged. So by no means is this going to be simple for TSM, but the lockdown definitely has me favoring them. Oh,
I like this.
He's going to go aggressive on it.
Oh, he's going aggressive, absolutely. They're going to try to win the round off of this. Drone, he gets two there, tries to drop the lockdown. He can't do it, but he does a lot of damage and actually allows for TSM to have the numbers advantage here. 4 versus 2. Spike is being planted backside now on the A side. Hiko with the lurk around the A ramp position, but lurk upon lurk as Subroza comes in. And now again, Nitro, last man standing, but against 2, there's nothing for him in that situation. And it doesn't really seem like it makes sense, Sean, that they survive with 4 players if we look at that setup just as that lockdown was placed.
It's actually mind-blowing to me. You know, Drone has gotten so much juice out of this Phoenix ult throughout this playoff bracket. I think he's going to convert a lot of duelists into Phoenix players. This is unreal. I've seen so many clips of him so far where he just pops this ult and disrupts massive executes coming his way.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, that was really, really smart. They were in a position where he had to make a play. He could never have escaped the site, really. So very, very strong intuitive play, I should say, from him. And TSM, as you said, Sean, they're really starting off in the way that they wanted to. And so far, we've had a lot of that B main pressure as we go into this next round from 100 Thieves. They've been trying to farm the ult orbs to get Steel on those lockdowns.
Wardell has the op in hand. His economy is just out of control. And this is what we mentioned earlier when we watched TSM. It's very difficult to hold the middle of the map when you don't have a Sentinel. And you can see the Stinger getting the opening frag on Wardell. Maybe some early round jitters coming from him. Dicey picking up the operator. This is a very winnable round now for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and they have a lot of time to play with. I like this from TSM. Here's the response. Trying to push B main. If they can get info here, they'll find out a lot. But Steel can punish this. And there we go. Finds the headshot onto Subroza. That will trigger the push. The B split comes through. Hazed only gets a single frag, which now leaves this situation to the A players of TSM on the rotation. Drone and Cutler will make their way through as the spike is planted for 100 Thieves. And Drone, you can see, clears out that B heaven position. But TSM, they've got so many players. Dicey's on the operator too. It feels like it will be very, very hard to find anything here. And if 100 Thieves play this perfectly, they'll give no opportunity, no over-peaking to allow those fragging opportunities for TSM. So looking really good for their first round here, 100 Thieves. Drone will try to make his way through. Nitro on the back as well, nipping at their heels. Able to get the kill into Dicey. Steel goes down all of a sudden. Nitro able to trade onto Cutler, but it's a 1 versus 1 after all is said and done. The tap comes through for Drone, applying the pressure, trying to force Nitro out. He gets him. And is there time for this? I'm not sure that there is. Drone's going to stick it. He's going to find out one way or the other. And there we go. The Playzilla Thrifty comes through from 100 Thieves. But Sean, should it ever have been so close?
Whew, that got outrageously close. I never thought, you know, Drone and Cutler would be able to make their way into the site with Dicey holding the operator on Heaven, Nitro on the flank. It looked like 100 Thieves had them cornered. But we've seen this throughout the entire tournament, watching actually these 2 players. I've seen them constantly retake this B site. I don't know how they do it. But 100 Thieves lost a massive economic advantage by losing all those players, but a huge thrifty win for them there.
Yeah, and again,
Wardell
quick
back on
pressure.
the operator.
Yeah, as you said, that economy is going to allow him to keep that in hand. And 100 Thieves, they can't really afford to lose this round. As you said, they lost so much money in that previous round. They won it, but it went down to the last player, which means that they could get reset on the economy pretty quickly here. So a lot of pressure on this round. They're looking to go for more B Heaven control, it would appear, as Subroza's looking like he's got a lineup in store.
Oh, but look at hazed. He's playing Heaven. I guarantee you he has that paranoia ready. The second Subroza tells him, but Steel gets the jiggle out of Wardell.
Oh. Those are some big misses right there. That's going to give a huge opportunity for 100 Thieves. They're going to call it, going for that split onto the B site now. 4 players through B Heaven. Steel there by himself, which is more than enough, it appears, from B main. Able to remove these defenders from this B site one at a time. And now it's just down to Drone and Cutler again. But, I mean, this looks pretty impossible. But that's what we said about that last situation. But it does appear that they're going to hold on to what they have here, and it will be a save.
Dan, I absolutely love what I'm seeing. I absolutely love it. Steel is playing the TSM game. He's playing exactly how Subroza is going to play this lurk on the next half. He's willing to take the fights, even if it's against an operator in the other hands of Wardell. I mean, this man is just fearless. I can't believe he took that engagement again. Oh my goodness, Steel. We've seen him. I saw him come up massive yesterday, actually, with that cage play, the 1-on-2. People think of 100 Thieves as this very tactical team. They're willing to take off the gloves, and they're willing to take these fights sometimes. And I think it catches a lot of these other pro teams off guard.
Yeah, I have to say, you know, given the role that you expect Steel, based off of the agent that he's playing, the kinds of fragging that he does and the kinds of maneuvers, the aggressions that we see from him are very startling and unexpected, and he does get away with it time and again. And that kind of statement against Wardell too, typically in my mind, as for most people, you don't expect Wardell to ever miss. And that's, you know, so if he is missing, and you've got to give it to Steel to capitalize on that. That's going to create a lot of openings now for 100 Thieves. And again, statistically, 100 Thieves only win 29% of their attacking rounds on split shot.
Oh, that's awful. But would you look at that? The fault line coming from Cutler, followed up by the op peek by Wardell. That'll get him in the game. An early 5-on-4 here for TSM.
That's pretty big. TSM on the defense. It's always nice to start a man to the goods. Now, Sean, you know, with this reset, you know, what are 100 Thieves looking to do here? It looks like they're going for that mid play. And Subroza will catch Steel on the leg.
Yeah, again, mid should be weak without this Sentinel, and you can see they've now lurked into B Heaven. TSM isn't aware yet, but you can see now Subroza has seen Nitro's gun barrel.
Just the hood is showing there for Subroza. Won't be able to connect with that one. And the paranoia sent through to the back pillar. Hazed with, oh, he's going to get some good connections off of the Bulldog. The ADS proving strong there in that case. Subroza still holding on to back pillar, finally challenged by Nitro, who will win the battle. And now there might be some chance here for 100 Thieves to convert. There's the rocket coming out of Hiko, the showstopper, to take down Wardell. And once again, Nitro in these clutch situations. He's been fantastic in positions that look very difficult. Nitro always seems to find a way, using the dark cover there, to allow himself the possibility to reposition a fake TP to start to create question marks now for his opponents as to what he's doing. But he's still stuck in this corner. A single bullet would do it through this smoke as he waits for the tap. Nitro picking his moment, and it's going to be Drone to win the day as TSM will recover, and that will be 5-2 in favor of them.
We good.
Whew. I think everyone in chat maybe had a little bit of faith of Nitro to somehow win that 1-on-2 after what we saw yesterday on Bind when he was constantly winning those TPs onto the B site. This man is a magician with the Omen TPs, but Drone patiently waits it out. I think TSM played that perfectly yet again on the retake. And that brings us to 5-2. This is still a dead even game, guys. This is a very defender-sided map.
Oh, Sean, so Steel is one ult orb pip away from getting his lockdown. And we've been seeing that consistent play for the B main control to get those ult orbs in the hands of Steel. They're geared up to do it again. It looks like this will be another lockdown rounds. Where would you most like to see that work for 100 Thieves? Given what we've seen so far, that A lockdown was blown up by the run it back previously.
I would love to see the B lockdown just because I know Steel will have the lineups for the Molotovs in that back left corner that won't be hit by the lockdown. And then you'll also potentially see Nitro TP into the back of the B site using his ult. And that is an extremely difficult B hold to hit. So I expect them to give that look to TSM. And TSM's going to give them the B main orb this round. So it could very well happen.
What's really interesting here as well is that there is a setup in mid for TSM to get quite aggressive. So if 100 Thieves try to lock themselves into this strat, their timing might be a bit too slow based off of what TSM's aggression might look like in mid. So we'll have to see how that pans out here as the B side can be
on deck. There it is.
Oh, the dodge there from Asuna and the punish. That is really good there for 100 Thieves. 5 versus 4 early on. They can still go for this lockdown play if they want. They don't even necessarily have to use it. And we'll return to that thought in a moment as hazed tries to hold on to this B heaven position. There's the smoke. The lockdown does indeed happen. And given the heavy mid presence from TSM, they know that the all play, this lockdown play was coming.
Steel actually opts to use the molly for close. Nitro going to clear out the site with his paranoia. And this is a free site right here for 100 Thieves. But the retake is going to come very fast from TSM.
Just Wardell and Cutler remaining. And they all know where Wardell is, especially now that the Cloudburst has been tossed towards Mail. And this will be quite hard to find a way in once again. You know, there's all these positions set up for 100 Thieves. Dicey's the operator, so it's very good at dealing with these kind of small peaks that will come through from the retaking TSM players. As Wardell knows he has to deal with the flank first. Oh no, it's a whiff there. Hiko takes him down. The trade's through, but it's a 1 versus 3 now for Cutler to worry about. So it's not very easy at all. Cutler will just try to take what is given, which is another kill onto Steel. Able to save the operator, and that's something, at least small consolation there for Cutler. But for 100 Thieves, up to 3 rounds now, only 2 on their deficit.
Yeah, some very uncharacteristic misses coming out of Wardell early in this game. I expect, you know, the jitters to probably even out as the series goes longer and longer. But he's definitely not at, you know, his peak form that we've seen throughout the rest of the tournament. And that is a very good sign for 100 Thieves, because I think he could have turned, you know, a few of these rounds that 100 Thieves has won in TSM's favor.
Yeah, and it was cool as well to see in that previous round that TSM, we were talking about the lockdown play. TSM knew it was coming. They had that mid set up. So I'm curious what their approach will be here. The ultimates will not be as much of a part of this round. The initial B main pressure comes through. A very aggressive dark cover there from TSM. We'll have to see if there's anything else to go behind this. Nitro is going to TP into the defender spawn. Oh my god, he actually finds a kill off of it. Subroza, that's such a heinous maneuver that you could never have expected it. And he'll get caught off guard by that completely. Hazed in a high up position there, right outside of the choke point into the site. I don't know if he's been spotted or not, but Asuna's going to take him down. It was just a matter of time. And my god, how does this happen, Sean? How do you make a TP into spawn work in a professional match?
This round is all but over. 100 Thieves has tactically outplayed TSM in the 9th round in such a big way. I mean, I've constantly said that Subroza is dominating this B main. They play so aggressive. They're always up on B main. What does that mean? Well, that means that there's no one playing far back. That means that the deep spawn TP that typically would not be there, given a Cypher playing the B site, is now in play. And Nitro's aware of this. So he makes this what seems is a massive risky play, but against TSM, it's actually a great play. Very well done by 100 Thieves here.
Yeah, I love that, and it's something that's so reliable. 100 Thieves are a team that really understands this. This is the deep CS knowledge and fundamentals coming through as an IGL, with Steel and so on. But you know what? We'll return to that thought in a little bit here, as we do have a few sheriffs for TSM to work with. We might see something funky. They've got 2 players on either extremity looking to maybe meet the 100 Thieves attack. As Dicey's waiting for this, as is Nitro, so it doesn't seem like they can get too much. And just quickly go to that previous point. The way that 100 Thieves condition you as their opponent is to make you do certain things, as Sean was saying. And 100 Thieves, I think, are one of the most impressive teams in the game at the moment in understanding precisely where the openings are based off of that conditioning that they're forcing onto you.
again, TSM finds themselves quickly in a 3-on-5. This retake, they don't have any weapons. Wardell just has these daggers, but now he's a few short.
There we go.
Just kidding. He gets them all back. 4-on-3. Very doable situation again for TSM.
He does have the double updraft as well, dash available. Wardell can make some magic happen here. Playing around the corner, he'll try to find another frag. Oh, there's the right click. He doesn't manage to land the kill. That's unfortunate. Might be still something to be done here in terms of damage, but looks like 100 Thieves will be good to hold on to this for the most part. And down to 2 players. So all things considered with what was used by TSM, some good economic damage. But we are coming to the end of the first half here very quickly as we get tied up 5-5.
Yeah, 100 Thieves has really fought back in this game where TSM had a massive economic advantage early. You know, they've taken maybe 4 offs out of Wardell's hands so far this game. Wardell has had, not much success on the Bladestorm either. I am very impressed with how 100 Thieves has weathered the storm.
Again, that B main pressure coming through for 100 Thieves, trying to keep that whole dynamic working to their favor. And in fact, actually, TSM calling the bluff, they actually have that aggressive dark cover. So TSM have B main information right now. And it feels like right now TSM have a pretty good picture, Sean, as to what's happening as we see the creep through ropes.
Yeah, this is a little sketchy, though, for these 2 players on the A side. A super heavy A split is about to come in. Nitro's going to sell it even more with this Paranoia to B Heaven. It is now a 4-on-2 at this A site for this hit.
Drone is able to get out of there, though, and it does seem like generally retake positions have been set up by TSM. Wardell able to get the pick from elbow. That's a really good start, and here comes the double back towards the B site. They know they can't get into the A site. They can't force the issue at this point. They have to just commit to the B site now. They've got 40 seconds to go. They'll actually try to split off Nitro towards B main. They know that B main was lost, actually. So if Nitro can win B main back, there might actually be an opportunity here. Subroza, though, great off angle. It's going to be very difficult for Nitro, and now it's just this B main hold. This is everything here for 100 Thieves, but they might be thinking to go back to A indeed, but Wardell's on the A site. This is going to be so hard, so difficult to try to traverse their way all the way onto that spy plant. Time is of the essence. Wardell, they're firing off with that operator backside, doing the damage. And it's just Dicey now against 5 players. TSM have well and truly outplayed 100 Thieves in this round. And that will have them at 6 rounds. The Prime Gaming flawless there for TSM.
Man, it always looks so sketchy when these rope hits come in onto TSM. Playing super far back in heaven, Drone and Wardell, 2 duelists on the A site. But they're able to stop 2 separate hits on the A site in 1 round. They just make it look so easy from, elbow. Wardell sneaks into the site. And at that point, I mean, it was over.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the setup there that they had, just playing more retake on A positionally. But into the next one we go. Wardell still A ramp. Subroza pushing very aggressively in B main. Very forward positions, annihilating Steel. The trade comes through from Hiko, and very quickly a 3 versus 4 situation for 100 Thieves to try to recover. Asuna doing the damage that is dismissed back into ropes. And now they can reset the scenario. 3 versus 3, 1 minute and 15 to play with. And Drone is starting to ask some questions here, Sean. He wants to know what the hell Asuna's doing. And, well, that looks unfair. Drone is so lethal.
TSM and these ropes, man. These guys are dancing on them.
And it's going to be the A play here. Sean, we've got that spy trying to make its way onto the plant. And I don't know that they understand this. They might be able to get into spawn. They've got lots of time. That ropes play that they saw is so ambiguous for Asuna. It could have been a setup for B or A. Cutler seems to be asking some questions here, and he gets traded. Again, it's Nitro. You talked about it, Sean, but he doesn't get a chance to even play the 1v2.
Very well done by TSM. It's super easy in Cutler's position right there to be caught off guard by that screen hit. I'm so glad you pointed that out, because I actually thought this was a fantastic play by 100 Thieves in the mid game to push into defender spawn right there through screens, looking to even it up.
Going into the second half, I think this is a good performance for the attacking side. 5-7 for 100 Thieves. I think they'll be very happy with that, historically, given how they play here.
Yeah, I actually think both teams can be a little bit happy with that half because TSM, keep in mind, again, they aren't running a Sentinel. Attack side should be easier for them on split. So this is an even game right now, in my opinion. But the quick ramp hit right there by Wardell. And that's going to draw a rotate. Look at this. 4 people in this B site right now for 100 Thieves. Steal all on his lonesome in B. But there's a whole barrage of nonsense right in front of him. Those Killjoy mollies, you know, the alarm bots there. But will that be enough to stop this hit, Dan?
Yeah, so much on Steel's shoulders. It was by design. This could always happen that this would be the case. Steel knows it. He's going to be ready for this, and maybe he can't be ready for this. The fault line comes through. They run straight past Steel. He finds one in the back of Subroza, and he does way too much damage there. 3 versus 4 here now for TSM to try to find a way to figure out how they can win this round. 100 Thieves, they've got the rotation in. It's up to Wardell on this flank from B Heaven to really make the difference. I feel like he's got to create some space, but he won't have too much time to do it. The trade onto Asuna, so he has done some damage, but again, Spike has to be planted. Not too much time pressure just yet. It's just the fact that Cutler is against 2 players still, or 3 players I should say. He manages to make his way with the Spike back into B main. He doesn't have time to rotate across the map, and you know what? 100 Thieves know that, so they can just sit on this B site and wait for Cutler to take position. And as he makes his way forward, there should be someone to spot him on the cross. Or in fact, they might just wait for the plant here. So they actually, it seems like they anticipated that he could have rotated all the way to the A site. So they peeled away 1 player. That's what Cutler's delay has done.
Oh, he has no time for the plant. So this round is all but over. They're gonna let him live. This is so smart from 100 Thieves. He's actually gonna get no money, but he only gets 1,000 credits for surviving out that round.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Oh, the oversight for not having time. Oh my god, it's so the fact that Steel gets that kill there is really bad. It felt that kill made all of the difference, and that's an oversight not to check this corner. They have the fault line that goes all the way through the back, but nobody checked that one corner.
Unbelievable. Steel with the nerd molly on the ground gives himself a perfect little nook to live where it doesn't tag him. So unexpected when you see something like that on the ground as well. But you look at this, a pistol round eco right here to put the match potentially at 7-7.
Very nice start there for Asuna. Not too much that TSM can seemingly do against the utility here in defense of this B Heaven position. Asuna just spraying the bullets with that stinger. And it's going to wipe out the rest of the team. And it's worth mentioning, there's a couple things, you know, Sean, you said nobody had managed to get more than 7 rounds against TSM. We're already starting to see that happen, but to add some extra flavor to that stat is the fact that this map, if we look at the whole series, this is a map that TSM are actually supposed to and kind of need to win based on how the statistics look going from map to map in this series. If 100 Thieves win this map, their chances to win this grand finals goes up dramatically.
I agree completely, and what we've seen out of TSM so far this event means I still believe there's gas in the tank. And they will have a heavy advantage on this round with all the stingers and frenzies. Oh my goodness, Wardell dashes right into Hiko. And even though a lot of damage is done to Asuna, this is a massive win for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I'm loving the defensive the way that they're setting up their defense on the this composition. We'll have to talk about that in a moment. TSM do have this B site under control now, looking for that spike plant. But a lot of the ways in which 100 Thieves play is for retakes. And you can see that by that heavy mid presence early on, giving up the site completely. So this isn't
They have
really
no ults, Dan. This is going to be a very difficult retake for them, especially if TSM keeps distance with these rifles. They have Phantoms, they have a Vandal or 2. I don't know how 100 Thieves cuts the distance to get close enough to take these guns out of their hands.
Yeah, it's a very good question. We do have the TP there by Nitro to get forward ground. Now they'll also make their way forward with Hiko there as well. So they are trying to find ways to cut that distance, using the smokes to cut off line of sight. But as you say, very well done by TSM to just continue to make sure they have that superiority with their weapons. And Steel's going to have to back away here. this was that kind of bonus round here for 100 Thieves, given the fact that they had mostly Stingers, the Ares, still running around here. He's going to die, and didn't want to save. Would rather have the money going into the next rounds, and that is exactly what will happen. But this will be the first full buy now into this second half. And we might be able to get a good look on the ultimate situation, because I'm very curious again. Again, the way in which 100 Thieves do these setups with Killjoy is obviously if they have the lockdown available, it can change what they can do enormously on their defense. And
we actually see Dicey on the operator. I don't think we've seen Dicey on the operator yet so far in the grand finals. So this will be interesting to see. He's been shaky throughout the playoff bracket so far. So we should definitely keep an eye on him at this A bomb site.
So this time we have a pretty passive opening from 100 Thieves. Only one player really in B Heaven, I suppose technically two. If you count Asuna by the rafters. And they have a lot of Killjoy utility set up around the B mid position as well. TSM with a very slow pace too here, Sean.
Yeah, TSM moving very slow. You can see hazed holding all the way back by attack side spawn. He's afraid of this A push. Dicey's playing, in the middle by flower pot area. The B push coming in from Steel. Very, very important trade there by Wardell. Holy.
That's so huge. Asuna, he anticipated, because they'd only seen his teammate, that it was a solo push. But Wardell's still looking for that. He still has the game sense to realize that it's possible there could be one player still there. And that's going to tip the scales.
Yeah, the negative side of all this Steel aggression is a round like this, where he loses all of his utility presence on the map. Wardell kind of overextending a little bit into the B site right there, and you can see that's causing Nitro to rotate to A. Dicey with the pick. We're in a 3-on-2, and Nitro is at this A site, Dan.
Absolutely, the paranoia will go through as well, and Dicey can do so much from this position. Oh, just barely missing the opportunity there, but he might get another one. Hazed and Cutler, two incredibly important kills, and just enough time to plant. Oh, the paint bombs come through, can they deny it? No, Cutler's got enough health to survive that one, and Hiko's going to make his way forwards, but he's certainly softened up Cutler in this 1 versus 2. He knows the TP to screens was the play. There goes the flash, he turns away. Hiko now down to 2 points of health. He's got to be perfect on the shots, but an ult, the breach ult is sent to guarantee it. That's how much they respect Hiko. Sean right there.
Whew. Very well done by, I guess, what the community called the boomers of TSM. The double frags that come in a 3-on-2 scenario, leaving Hiko in the 1-on-2. Cutler with the perfect flash into the double peek, and then popping his ult to secure the round. That was a very, very important round, and how this match is going to play out. You can see now 100 Thieves 0 economy left in a round like this. So much importance. The match is going out to the wire. They're going to actually defer the double-digit round to TSM here.
Yeah. And we've got Steel playing for the ultimate orbs again. He's farming that one. He doesn't have the lockdown available just yet, but he must be fairly close at this point. And you can see how 100 Thieves, they're a team that do like to mix up their setups a lot, round to round. And Steel's holding down the A site. They can play retake around there. They're mostly rotating towards B here, but as Sean mentioned, not really too much in the way of util here for 100 Thieves to work with, or weaponry. A great shot though from Nitro, trying to make things a little bit awkward, but ultimately, TSM will claim this B site, and a lot of rounds like this for the ecoing side is about just trying to guess, what is the anti-eco strat for TSM in this particular round.
Spike planted.
And they were really hoping that it would have been something towards one of the fast A contacts.
And I know you, Dan. I know you're probably in love with that minor detail right there of Hazed saying, "Hey, don't plant the spike yet. Don't plant the spike yet. Let me get this orb." They're getting every edge they can on this map right now, and that's very important given their comp. All of their ults are super impactful, right? So the fact that they're building these ults up with the ult orbs before they plant the spike, huge for TSM.
And I'm really curious to where Steel's ult is at right now, because Drone just got his run it back. So that could be quite dangerous, and if we don't have any lockdowns or something to counter that, okay, so we've got the lockdown that could counter that. We've got Hiko, who's got his showstopper as well. So there are some counters to be had for what run it back can offer, which is very fast site control. So we'll have to see in this round how the ultimate economy is used by both teams.
Oh, this is going to be a B hit. I can see how everyone right now is moving right now through the attack spawn. They thought about running a default. Things are changing quickly right now for TSM. I think they're just going to send drone in.
Yeah,
drone, go kill.
Absolutely. And you can see that 100 Thieves knows it too. They're playing retake B because they have lockdown, and lockdown is better in terms of the retake on B, generally speaking. So there we go. Here's the execution. Set piecing into the side. There's that running back that Sean was talking about. Oh, the clothesline to Nitro. That is devastating. That's a huge kill to find. Spike planted. The paint bombs, though, will take down hazed. That's a huge win. But speaking of huge wins, Subroza holding onto the spawn position. There's the flank from Asuna. And it doesn't seem like there's anything, well, not too much left in the tank here. It kind of falls onto what Dicey's able to do. He's down by the hell position. Hiko's going to have to drop. And there's that cloudburst that allows Hiko to drop if he wants to, but he makes certain that he covers his angles correctly as he moves from position to position. There's the pressure, there's the tap. Wardell, better angle, playing that distance advantage, and TSM lock down the round.
Man, the minor details of using the run it back to get defender spawn control like this with drone. And Subroza just holds his pocket on into spawn and catches Steel off guard on this rotate. The two duelists from TSM, we've seen them have immense success with these aggressive plays throughout the tournament, and it continues here. What a play.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And under Thieves, they're on 7 rounds, Sean, but again, that was where, you know, you said all the stats stop for teams against them, so maybe TSM can recover that. It was looking pretty good for 100 Thieves, but there is a lot to be desired now at this point. Speaking of, Dicey's going to pull out the Blade Storm. Looking to send those daggers into the wayward opponents as they come through to the B sites. And that's Subroza. He actually catches a reposition of Dicey. That's unfortunate timing for Dicey. Nitro unable to capitalize as he wanted. And Dicey, 5 HP. Able to find the headshot still, though. The updraft to try to find a good position for a next kill, but 3 versus 4 for 100 Thieves with this eco rounds.
2 showstoppers in play this round. One of those could, you know, have impact on how this round plays out. Hiko getting things very close here, 3-on-2. And hazed doesn't want any of that. He's going to leave and go to the A site. But Steel is in between the TSM players and hazed. He could definitely throw a wrench in things right now. If he catches drone on the rotate back to A, and you can see he's waiting. He knows someone from TSM is still by B. Which path is drone going to take to this A site? Oh dear, he's going right into Steel's loving arms.
If he gives up a gun here as well, Steel, oh, he just gets it! And that's a Phantom. He could try to go for the lockdown play now as well. That's also a possibility from Steel. Is he going to drop the lockdown here to try to clear out the side, or is he just going to go for the frags? Okay, there comes the showstopper out from Hiko, getting himself onto the side, into the dark cover, straight into hazed's face with the rocket. Now Cutler has to come out from his hidey hole, straight from the A-ramp into the clutches of Hiko. And Hiko's going to annihilate him. What a round. The Playzilla thrifty there from 100 Thieves. Beautiful work.
Oh, the game sense from the in-game leader on 100 Thieves, Steel. He was so patient. I think if I were in Steel's shoes right there, I'd be like, okay, this isn't going to happen, you know. I'll turn my back, and I would probably get timed. He waited for so long. He was so confident that drone would come back through ropes late. And I think that was the frag that turned things on its head that round.
Absolutely, and the way that the placement of the alarm bot too, Drone couldn't know that Steel was there when he first hears the sound cues. So he's thinking he can just walk back up or climb back up the rope safely. That ain't the case. 100 Thieves back in this with that thrifty. That could change everything. The jiggle there, or rather the jump peek from Subroza, shouldering the angle to try to force Steel out. Steel doesn't want any of this.
The confidence in these two players. Is the game with abilities?
Shut that down.
Didn't know.
Now the
Asuna's
aggression
coming through that dark cover. He's through. He's in mail. Cutler takes him out. Longer. Not for longer at all. Cutler takes him out, giving it an early first blood here for TSM. And they're going to go with the B hit. Oh, dear. What do we have working right now? Subroza with the showstopper. Wardell with the Blade Storm. This is going to be a hard hold for Hiko. Hiko and Steel here in the B site, no rotate for miles.
And the Boomer Patrol ready to defend. We'll see. They're going to give it up here. They have to. They've got to respect the showstopper pulled out by Subroza as he makes his way all the way through to spawn. Oh, hello. Well, there's the trade at the very least. The lockdown planted by Steel. He's got to defend that. They might try to take it down, or will they be forced outside? Oh, wow, there we go. Steel's able to basically get a free kill onto Drone as he makes the play to stop the lockdown. Now Steel knows that they have to be forced out the site. He knows they have to be in B main. He's going to try to stick it halfway at the very least. He's going to go all the way. Forced back. Steel takes down Wardell. It's now down to Cutler in the 1v1. Steel back on the spike, and he's got it! Oh! Steel! Oh, beautiful hold there from Dicey to finish it off, but Steel with the setup, the big brain plays. He didn't hesitate, Sean. He just dropped that lockdown straight away.
Oh my god, you could tell how much that round mattered to both teams. It's so rare, but sometimes in Valorant matches you see these rounds where ult after ult after ult after ult is popped. In that round, we saw a showstopper, a rolling thunder, we saw a blade storm, we saw a lockdown. We just saw everything. And that round is more than just one round in the flow of this match, because everything was on the line right there. And you can see now TSM has nothing to work with besides their utility and their weapons.
This is so awesome. 100 Thieves, really. Like, Steel has been so impressive. The last couple rounds, the kind of maneuvers, the patience, the brains of him has been amazing. And the mail take attempt from Drone, and unfortunately he runs into Asuna with that stinger. Asuna can get out of there for free. And TSM, they just go down a player. Momentum really feels like it's truly shifted, but this could be a good point for TSM to find a way to stop that. And they have ropes control. 100 Thieves don't have info, but they've got the player advantage instead.
Do, and they have the right stack here. There's 3 people at this A site, and Hiko's actually cheating a little bit towards A. This take for TSM is going to be a nightmare. It's going to take them a long time before this spike gets into the site.
Steel's already pushed B, so they know exactly what's going on. 100 Thieves know everything, and they're going to take every single kill, except for hazed, but he'll be dealt with soon enough. 100 Thieves, great play on the information after that initial pick to secure it. And that's that aggression, you know, we were talking about before with Steel, Sean, as well. Like, if it wasn't enough that they had the right stack, Steel actually just pushes aggressively through B main and just gets that information. There's not many Killjoys who are going to be as aggressive as Steel.
No, I haven't seen one yet, I'll say that. Steel is super aggressive on that Killjoy. And we're in a scenario here late in this game where 100 Thieves can tie it up on the defense side of Split. Unbelievable.
This is very impressive. It did kind of look like after that initial 4-round string of TSM that 100 Thieves are really going to start to struggle, but it was that Steel thrifty situation in the ropes. That's where everything turned around. That's the moment. And then after that, again, that's just intuition from Steel. Just instantly knows he can drop that lockdown in spawn in a spot where he has to hold it by himself. He knows they're going to be coming for him, and just getting the stick. There's just so many scenarios where Steel had to deliver some just really epic plays, and he was able to do so. And that's lifted all of 100 Thieves now. And here we go, Dicey with that operator flashed off. TSM back to the mid shenanigans.
Just run it back. Has had so much power for Drone, and here it is again coming up mail. Is Asuna going to be able to stop this?
Have to see, you got to be so careful. Drone is so reliable, he gets kills from this, but finally it will go down. And Wardell will also go down, actually. Asuna takes him out, but TSM pushed the issue straight through the B choke point, but Hiko sprays them down, and that is very damaging. Drone is the only man left standing for TSM. He's got 100 health. He's lost all of his shields. He's going to have to make some crazy moves. He finds a nice timing onto Hiko. Didn't know where Drone was, but they certainly know where he is now. And Dicey is one of the players Drone's going to have to somehow deal with the timing. Dicey finds the perfect peak, and that's going to be the round for 100 Thieves. They tied up, Sean, 11-11.
Whew. Very big play right there by Dicey to deny the spike grab from Drone. I could see it, in my mind's eye. He was going to throw down that Phoenix wall, grab the spike, and just book it into the unknown. It was so important that Dicey did not allow that to happen, and the youngster hits the massive shot to tie up the game 11-11. And look at the buy from TSM, Dan. Yikes.
I'm looking and I'm not enjoying it. What I'm seeing, Steel is on the A site with all of his util. We've got Dicey on that operator peak, on that elevated position on top of the hut there, looking into B main. That's often good for one, that's for sure. And they can really rely on him in that spot. And they can play more passive towards that A site. The setup across the map looks really good for 100 Thieves right now, if the weapon advantage wasn't enough.
Hazed has gotten a lot of ground by this A ramps area, and you can see now he's smoking top mail for his teammates. This could be a heaven pinch on the A bomb site here. And Asuna is up there all by himself. He has an alarm bot to work with, and I'm sure he has his 2 Lear. But this is a very tall ask for the youngster.
I'll have to see what they're able to cobble together here, is if they can get that one quick key kill, take down Asuna, they might be able to do something here. They'll flash him off at the very least so he can't hold some of these angles. There comes the Cloudburst too. They are faking it. They're pulling the rotation. This is actually genius because this way they get to avoid Steel's utility on the A site. Back into B. Dicey's got it all to do. Dicey gets pinched from 2 sides at exactly the same moment. He doesn't know what to do, and this might just be a TSM round. They are doing an incredible job so far. And now they have the site. They've got the spike planted. They've got post-plant positions. Asuna is going to try to make his way beyond the smoke, but he gets sent straight back through by Wardell. Steel there, trying to find one with the spray. He's going to get it. Steel! Oh, they almost line up for Steel. It's up to Hiko now, but he's been spotted. He's been tagged down to 33. They're playing around the pillars, the rafters. It's just too many spots to worry about as Hazed takes him out, and TSM pick up an incredibly needed round.
TSM has robbed 100 Thieves of their match point. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. The perfect A heaven fake. I mentioned Asuna had a lot to do. He did, and he backed off. Hiko was forced to rotate Wardell with the perfect one-way smoke over CT spawn to deny info. But all the meanwhile, Drone is working that B heaven position, and the B site falls.
Man, the Playzilla Thrifty, what a moment for it. That is one of the best rounds I've seen from a team, just positionally, the way they manipulated the rotations of their opponents. And that's the round that might get TSM back into this. Again, we cannot stress how important it is for TSM to win this map. It really has a huge impact on their ability, their percentage chance to win this grand finals, this best of 5 finals here at First Strike North America. And we have a pretty slow start here to begin with. We do have already some
Dan,
position for B main.
I'm gonna stop you, Dan. Dicey is here at this B site. He has been shaky throughout the playoffs. This is a B hit. He has everything to do. The ult is coming in behind him.
That's pretty good, though. He does get rid of the ult there at the backside. Very calm after the whiff of that first shot. He's going to be able to reset himself. Great shot from Dicey. He said he has it all to do. He's starting to recover nicely. Asuna's in there as well, dismissing, and they can't get the site. They're getting sprayed down. 100 Thieves are looking so damn good right now as they clean up the entire site. The spike is not planted. It's the Prime Gaming flawless. It's map 1. It's overtime 1 here, Sean, in this grand final. You wouldn't want it any other way.
The Prime Gaming flawless to push it to OT. Dicey, the shaky player earlier on in the tournament, comes up massive in the biggest moment of the tournament thus far for 100 Thieves. The dash to get away from that fault line, popping the daggers, opening it up, perfect cloud burst. Asuna coming in. Wow. Wow, they reacted to that perfectly on the B site. And that's gonna settle things down, 12-12. We're in OT, no ults on the table. Even playing field, and Wardell is on the glass cannon operator.
And it's just like matchmaking. First team to get 2 rounds.
Whew.
That's a close one. But it is still 5-5, and there's some mid-control there. Coming through for 100 Thieves against Subroza, trying to ask questions of this B main control. It is something that we saw consistently from 100 Thieves that they were looking to get, to farm those ultimate orbs. But in OT, you're not thinking about the ult orbs as much.
Dan, the B hit's coming in. Wardell's going to move in front of this smoke, but he's flashed off, and that leaves Hazed on Catwalk B all by himself.
Great timing there from Dicey, though. Takes down Subroza. That forces Hazed to fall back. He's got to fall back. Wardell's the one to pick up the kill though, and it's a 3v4 retake scenario. Still doable here for TSM, but certainly a difficult scenario given the fact that they got to reset. And 100 Thieves know it. 100 Thieves get time to set themselves up. With that said, we can see Wardell scanning with the operator. Oh, the timing on the unscope is so unfortunate. Steel takes down Wardell, punishes him in the most extreme fashion for that unscope. And now Drone and Cutler will try to do what they can in this very difficult scenario. That turret will get taken down. Drone pushing his way forwards, trying to gain some ground here, but these crossfires are going to be dangerous. The dark cover as well. Drone makes his way through. The flashbang's pretty good, but unfortunately, it's just Cutler, and that's just not enough in this scenario, and that's 100 Thieves with the first round of OT1.
Whew.
Switching sides.
Goodness gracious, these rounds are so close. The flash from Cutler, I believe, blinded all 3 players from 100 Thieves. But it's just, I mean, they just got unblind because there's so many things for Drone to worry about coming through that dark cover. That could have easily gone the other way. But here we are, 13-12, 100 Thieves. I believe this is their first lead of the entire game, Dan.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. It's kind of insane to imagine, but we can see Dicey now playing from the ropes position. He will be smoked off. No vision for him. Ooh, oh, wow. He actually got tagged a lot trying to escape there. That's well done by TSM. And lots of pressure on this mid position. They're lurking up A-ramp as well. Good stuff here from TSM. They've got control of A-ramp. They've got control of mid. There is definitely a lot of pressure towards that A site in that sense.
This stalemate here at A-ramp could ultimately determine how this match plays out. And Hayes, the more patient one, catches Dicey, falls off of his spot, completely unaware that Hayes had already lurked across. And Hayes is now holding this heaven rotate, telling his teammates to come back. Wardell holding screens. This is going to be a 1-on-5 in the A site for Steel. He has everything to do here.
Steel is the man that can. We'll see what he can do from elbow. He takes down the first player, resetting for the second. Steel picks up 2 frags. You couldn't have asked for any more from him. That will equalize it into a 3 versus 3 here on the retake.
30 seconds
Asuna
left.
ready to push in. The dark cover is going to force Wardell to have to come through here. He hasn't got vision. He needs to be able to help his teammates. Cutler there with the flash for Wardell to get out the dark cover. We'll have to see, though, if they can make this work around elbow. Cutler with 2. TSM need this round desperately. It's up to Nitro. He's trying to get out of there. He's going to get smashed by that rolling thunder.
Oh God, he
Still gets the dink onto Hazed. Hazed has to fall back, and they have to slow play this one now. Nitro makes his way forward. The paranoia there goes down, turns away from the flash. Nitro looking to find the last player. Where has he gone? Hayes rotates up top. He's going to go down with the TP. Nitro going for the stick. He's going all the way for the stick. Oh! Hayes saves it barely.
Oh my God. This is so close every round. I can't believe it. Nitro. There's been so many times this man has just almost pulled out the heroics, and I thought he had done it again. I thought he had the stick. Hayes comes in at literally the last millisecond of this defuse.
Oh my God. That is so hard for Nitro too, to like know whether or not he should come off of it. It was both players made the best possible play, Sean. Those are the best clutch moments. My God. Just taking a moment, taking a moment after that one, but the players can't. We're straight back into the action. 100 Thieves with that B main control again. Wardell in B heaven with the operator. Looking
Asuna
like
has flashing this every round, so I would be shocked if they give this shot to Wardell right now, Dan.
Oh my God. They didn't give it to him. They were already trying to take it away. That paranoia was perfect, but Wardell had a great timing shot there to find the frag regardless. Wardell looking to step it up here as he looks to help his team win this map, and the paranoia is just, we just saw it set up. There it goes, gets sent forwards, though the cloudburst will deny vision. And that will protect the players that were blind. But Wardell, is there any protection from Wardell? That's the question, as he has to fall back there. And the isolation of Hayes is going to be the death of him. 3 versus 4 for TSM now, as they go for the retake. And 100 Thieves get their spike planted.
Spike planted.
Wardell from top again. 2 players on pillar and 1 in B main here for 100 Thieves. And 1 back site. It's a lot to deal with. There is a lot of breach utility for Cutler though, so there's lots of options, and the Phoenix Wall too. They can really pull this one off as they start to make their way forward. The drone is going to make his way forwards, and let's see what he can do. He's going to get taken down, but is there a trade to be had? Oh, absolutely not. 100 Thieves, 14 rounds. Oh my god. 100 Thieves, Sean.
Switching
they
sides.
are impressing me
Match
so much.
Yeah, and if you look at the kill spread across their team, they're all coming up big. This time, again, it's Dicey playing in between the Cloudburst, protecting his entire team from that paranoia. That could have gone completely different without a Cloudburst protecting his team. And he moves between them, jiggle peeks Wardell, plays around them, lets them fade, and then takes out Hazed. That opened up the B site. And now we sit again, 100 Leaves in the lead. Double overtime.
TSM need to figure out how to work out this 100 Thieves squad. This is such an even matchup on Split. 100 Thieves showing a performance on this map that they've never shown before. Dicey, backside, he's been spotted. Do they know where his help is though? They know there must be some support somewhere. Nitro is on the crates, but he will not get any love from that position. It's a reset back into mid for TSM.
It is, and I think 100 Thieves has read this quite well. They have 4 people at this B site. They're trusting Steel at A. Steel saying, stack B, I'm good. I have all this utility here. And Hazed bringing the spike to B. TSM is going right into the teeth of this setup right now.
They may be expecting that Dicey would have rotated as well, but he's still on that B site. Because typically an operator, when spotted, often rotates out of that initial position. So that might be one of the things they're counting on.
The breach flashes could break up this setup. It's hard to say what Cutler's gonna prioritize here, but Hiko with the paint shells right on B main, and Dicey taking out Subroza, Nitro following it up. Dan, this is coming down quickly for TSM.
There's Cutler left there, and he's gonna get shot straight in the face. Incredible stuff there. 100 Thieves. That, I just don't even know exactly what to say about that one, Sean. They showed a performance that they've never showed before, ever. That was TSM's map to win. Statistically, everything was against 100 Thieves, but they're showing us that they are something else in this tournament. They are ready to win a grand finals here. TSM have a huge recovery to make after that one.
That was such an awesome game to watch. And I swear, I'm not 100% because I don't